Hey, if you want to learn how to become an independent filmmaker or a filmmaker in general, I've got a book which I wrote with a buddy of mine. It's called Zan Azli and Wan Chun Hong's Guide to Indie Filmmaking. You can actually buy it off of here. I'm going to put the link down here at my website, fatbidin.com. It's only a couple of ringgit, and it's really good because it has many different chapters, the process of filmmaking, and each chapter I interview a Malaysian filmmaker who gives advice and tips of from their experience. So yeah, yay, link is down here. Yay. You're watching and listening to the Fat Bidin Film Club. I'm assuming I'm Zan Azli.
And I'm Shao Mustafa.
As usual, every week we watch a local film and we review it, but this is not an usual week. This is our now going into the third week
of the
MCO because of the coronavirus.
Yes.
Right? So all movies, cinemas are all closed, cannot go watch. So
even if you were to review a film, you cannot go watch it. So
yeah, the first week we gave them a recommendation of films that you can watch online. Second episode, we actually thought the movement control order was going to be lifted, it was going to be over, and then we showed a review of
Bulan dan Pria Terhebat.
Yeah, because we thought everybody would go and watch it.
Which you still should.
Yeah, when the cinemas reopen and the movement control order is lifted, it's over with.
Okay.
But
so this
now,
week we decided to continue to give you a list of things to watch during this MCO period, just in case.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we going to recommend?
I think you should go first because you're very excited.
we have a movie that we already saw because we were invited to the premiere, but then it didn't get launched because the cinemas got closed, right? So hopefully when the cinemas open, it's the documentary lah.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Eye on the Ball.
Eye on the Ball. So we're not going to release that yet until the movement control order is done. Then we will release it. So okay. So I have been very excited over the years. I've always liked movies, right? Whether I knew it was going to be my career or not, didn't matter. I just liked watching movies ever since I was like a wee lad. When I was a wee lad, I used to watch a lot of movies. But my father had a collection of VHS tapes that when I was an only child, I was an only child for quite a while. For 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah. So for me it was long, for you it was forever. For me it wasn't that long lah. But it was long for me. And I used to watch movies. My friends would come over and we would watch all these VHS tapes. And I would also watch shows on TV. When my father would watch TV at night, I will watch it too. I was born in the 70s, so I'm talking about like late 70s. So these are shows that came on like in the early 80s, mid 80s, late 80s. I used to watch a lot of these old RTM telemovies, right? And some of these movies, I don't know where you can find them. So I've been on a quest to look for these films.
So now he's gonna share this quest with you.
Yeah. No,
because it's an MCO.
Because we are part of MPFKL, right? Majlis Pengkritik Film Club. So I've been like texting the WhatsApp crew, hey, you guys seen this movie? Some of these movies, I even forgot the title because I was like a kid, right? And it was like 30 over years ago, almost 40 years ago, right? And I remember watching it and I would ask them and then I would describe what the film was about as much as my memory could remember. And then they would start guessing, okay, is this the movie? Is that the movie? And I've located some. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so one of the movies that I really like now, but this is a movie that I managed to watch later on because they actually produced the DVD and they started selling it in Speedy Video last time, right? And it was a movie made in the 80s as well. It's called Sikit Punya Gila.
Okay.
Sikit Punya Gila is a film that is it's directed by a guy named Raja Ismail. I don't know any other films he's made. I only know Sikit Punya Gila. He died lah. Okay, and it starred Hamid Gurka and Dama Harun.
It's made in 1982.
Is it 82?
Yes.
I think so. I can't remember, but it is one of my. It is, I would say, one of my most favoritist local comedies ever. You know Hamid Gurka? Short guy. I'm bad. Hamid Gurkha, that short little guy. Right? I met him once at some fun fair, and he was hosting this costume, fancy dress competition, which my brother took part in. And my brother, we were kids lah. And my brother dressed up in Batman as Batman. But when he went up, Hamid Gurkha didn't know about Batman. Because he's that old school, right? He's like, ni apa ni? Ni kelawar Kelawar ke apa ni? Wah, bagus bagus. He was commenting when my brother was walking up as Batman. And then he walked off the stage and he never mentioned Batman at all. Hamid Gurkha. So anyway, I like that movie a lot. It's nonsense. The film is nonsense, yet so witty, and it's like a commentary of people going into... It's about these two people from the village, Hamid Gurkha and Dharma Harun. And their names in the show is Hamid and Dharma. And the opening shot is of Hamid. He sells corn, jagung. He rides a bicycle and he goes into the city to sell jagung to people. And this is the opening shot. He's pedaling his tricycle with a box at the side of his bike. He carries his jagung, right? And there's a big sign on the box that says Hamid or something, the con man. Get it? This is a Malay comedy, you know, and it is using English puns. The con man, get it? Con as in jagung, and con as in I'm gonna con you.
Yes.
Oh my god, and it's about these two guys, they're bumbling idiots who are from the village and they come to KL to try to make a living lah. You know, one of them has no job. Hamid has no job, he sells corn. Another, Dharma, he plays a lift operator. See, in the olden days, when I was a kid, you needed somebody to operate the lift if you want to go up and down. So he worked as a lift operator. And they were always trying to scheme ways to make money. They even had they even gambled. You know, they would make like boats out of like leaves, and then they throw it in the longkang, and then they would bet on these leaves.
Which you can't do now because film penapisan negara would not allow.
But the film is so... It's like sometimes the scenes don't even make sense, but yet so funny and makes total sense. Okay, sikit punya gila. If you can't find the DVD, I have it. But if you still can't find the DVD, and I'm not going to let you borrow, right? I'm not going to let you borrow my DVD. You can watch it actually on YouTube because somebody uploaded the entire film in parts on YouTube. Sikit punya gila.
Are you going to link it?
Yeah, I can link it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, okay, so that's that. And then a second film. Wow, I'm talking so much.
Yeah, so shouldn't it be my film now?
Oh, okay, so now it's your film.
Okay, so my theme is very simple. It's Netflix. Because he's sending you on a quest, I'm making things easy for you. My first film is...
Because I had to go on a quest.
Yeah, I got no time to go on quest. I got 3 children and a lot of breast milk to pump. So it's on Netflix. My first film is Sankar, which we reviewed. And it stars Remy Isha and that other guy, Zul Arifin. And it's a bromance film, and I think it's a very like feel-good-ish film to watch while you're in the MCO, because everybody's being so mean to each other right now. Kecham here la, kecham there la, don't know what. So you should watch like a cool bromance film to...
Are they kecaming each other?
Yeah, apparently.
Social warrior justice. Social justice warrior. Go jogging. Kena marah.
So it's called Sankar. And I suggested a bromance film and not like some more female-oriented film because I feel like the people who are kechaming are also bros. And if you suggest like a female-oriented film and I'm a female, they're just gonna say it's like some bloody chick flick, so no, we're not gonna watch it. So this is for everyone, okay? So the females can watch it because, you know, cuci mata, and the guys can watch it because, oh, testosterone and bromance.
You mean the mamak waiter in Sankar?
Come on!
What's his name?
Remy Isha.
Remy Isha. Yeah, he looks like a mamak waiter.
No! Anyway, so that's my first film.
Who's the other actor?
Zul Arifin.
Zul Arifin was great. He was great in this film.
Yeah, very uncharacteristically actually acting.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so my next film.
Yes.
Okay, this is the one that I really went on a quest for. Okay, I remember when I was a kid, horror movies in Malaysia used to be really horrific. You know, like really horrifying. Not as in horrifying bad, but they were scary. And I used to love watching horror movies when I was a kid. I would like watch Poltergeist, I would watch The Exorcist, I would watch The Night of the Living Dead, Freddy Krueger and all. Hi Tina. So we are all going crazy, locked up in the house. Okay, lucky thing we got a small garden. Okay.
And then, okay,
So I like all these horror movies in the 80s, and there was this one horror movie that I remember watching on TV with my parents, especially my father. It is about this house that has ghosts in it. And it's a haunted house, but the ghost would always appear when dry leaves fly into the window and goes into the house. And then boom, suddenly the ghost appears. And it's like about these kids, I think. Right? And I totally did not...
The kids are ghosts?
No, the ghosts are kids.
Oh, the ghosts are
Or
kids.
one child or something like
Correct
that.
lah.
Yeah lah.
Okay.
So it was so scary, right? It was very, very scary. I remember watching it on TV, and during those days there was only RTM. There was no TV3 also. TV1, TV2, RTM1, RTM2, that's it. Right? And I watched this movie. I couldn't remember the title. I remember it was like Rumah Puaka or something like that. And I remember there was one Malay guy and a Pan-Asian lady.
And then
I
recently?
thought the Pan-Asian lady all this while was Ramona Rahman. But so I started texting in the MPF KL WhatsApp group, right? Saying, dude, you guys, you got to help me find this film. And people started responding. Do you remember this film too? Especially those around my age lah, who used to live in the era where there was only 2 TV channels in Malaysia, right? And they responded. They said, no, it was not Ramona Rahman. It was Susan Lancaster. You know, and it's like, okay, it makes sense. Susan Lancaster is a Pan-Asian too, you know. And they started describing the film in more detail, and I started remembering. Oh yeah, that's the film. And now I found out that the film is not called Rumah Puaka. No, sorry, it's not called Rumah Puaka. Yeah, it's called Rumah Maut. It was directed in 1986. It starred Yusof Haslam, right?
Very young Yusof
Well,
Haslam.
Yusof, he was youngish, but he was still quite old already at that time, because he started acting during P. Ramlee's time. Alright, and he
younger than now anyway.
Oh, definitely lah, younger than now. Oh, okay. Since we are talking about Yusof Haslam, Sikit Punya Gila has a cameo by Yusof Haslam in a tight bathing suit. He's wearing a bathing suit, like Speedo bathing suit, and he runs into the sea in Port Dickson.
Okay.
Yeah, because in Sikit Punya Gila, Dharma and Hamid are trying to tackle these 2 girls, but they did not manage to. They failed because they lose to Yusof Haslam, who's like buff and in the speedo. Oh my god! So they all 4 of them, like Yusof Haslam and another famous actor, handsome also. So they all go to the beach and then they run into the sea, and then they lost the girls to these two handsome actors, right? And then Dharma runs in the sea. Hamid doesn't go into the sea, right? He yells at the side of the beach there. And he yells, "Jos, kau jangan makan Dharma, okay?" and then he runs into the beach, into the sea, but he's wearing a kain pelikat.
So
And then he bubbles up.
Old.
Oh my god, what a scene. And then the movie ended. Okay, so this Rumah Maut, right, 1986. I don't know who the director is. I still can't find the director. But it is a tele movie done by RTM. Right? And people are now trying to find a copy for me. If you have a copy of that film, please contact me. I actually tweeted, Susan Lancaster and I are following each other on Twitter.
Yes.
Right? And I messaged her on Twitter. It's a public thread lah. I said, "Yo, Susan Lancaster, do you remember ever acting in this film, Rumah Maut?" and blah blah blah. And I described her. And then she goes like, "I don't remember, man." But other people started chiming in to the thread, and they started describing the film. And then like, she remembers. You know, but she doesn't have a copy. She said it was done by RTM. You have to go back to RTM to find it and all that. And I thought it was I want to watch it again, and I want to show it to you, to the kids and all that. You know, to watch this film that I really enjoyed when I was a kid.
Okay.
Right? Don't worry. It's I'll protect you from all these ghosts. I got yellow post-it notes.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So I'm still looking for a copy. If you can find a copy, oh yeah, let me know. Did you watch the movie? If you're my age, you probably did, right? It's good.
Okay.
Rumah Maut, 1986.
So my next pick is also a horror movie that you like.
Horror movie?
It's
You?
by-
Cheryl A. Bustaman?
Kind of.
Tengku Cheryl Amira Bustaman has
Anyway.
chosen a horror movie?
Yes, because it's on Netflix, and I kind of like it lah. It's Hantu Kak Lima.
Ah,
It's not
that's
really
not
a horror movie.
that's comedy. Oh
It's not
my
really a
god,
horror
Mama
movie,
Khalid.
and it's Mama Khalid.
Ampun tuanku, Mama Khalid.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's very satirical. Yeah, we've reviewed it also already, which we will link here. And yeah, I like it lah. And I think, you know, again, we all need some laughs right now, and then if you're cooped up, you just need to watch something that is not so serious. So Mama Khalid's films are good for that, but they are also good for making fun of very serious issues. My daughter's looking for me, but never mind, it's fine. She won't back.
Everything. You can find everything in the Mama Khalid film. Oh my god.
So yeah, it's great, and it's on Netflix, so you should definitely watch.
Let's watch it. Let's watch it.
Okay, and last week.
Is Kampung Zombie Kampung Pisang on Netflix?
Don't know.
Let's
But
watch
anyway,
it.
yes.
Okay, anyway, yeah.
So your final pick.
Okay, my final pick. Now, this is a movie done in the 70s, right? It was pre my birthday, right? 2 years before I was born. It was done in 1976, if I'm not mistaken, right? But I saw it in the early 80s. I saw it on TV. This is a movie that I totally forgot the title, right? I remember watching it on RTM.
That seems to be the theme of this. Movies that I totally forgot the title.
I was a kid. I was like 5 years old, 6 years old, you know?
Okay,
right?
okay.
And I remember watching it on TV again with my father. And those days it was only 2 channels. RTM 1, RTM 2. But I was I grew up in Johor Bahru. So we used to get Singapore TV, SBC. And even SBC also at that time only had 2 channels or 3 channels. SBC 5, SBC 8, and SBC 12. Only 3 channels, right? So anyway, this is a film about a family.
Are you doing your Mandarin? Yeah, hurry up lah. They
I lost my train of thought.
SBC 12. So this is a film that you forgot the title.
It's about this family living in a kampung, Malay family. They're living in a kampung, and then suddenly, like for some reason which I can't remember in the film, like father and mother dies.
What?
Yeah, okay, this is a sad film. This one tearjerker one, make you cry. Okay, make you cry one. So prepare to have a box of tissue. Okay. So the parents die, so they become anak yatim piatu. Right? And then the eldest brother, the eldest son, he tries very hard to take care of the family. He tries very hard to keep all his siblings together as a family.
How many are there, mother?
I don't know, 4, 5.
Oh, that's quite a lot lah.
So he tries, I think lah, and he tries to keep everybody together. And at the end, he fails. Everybody like gets taken as adopted kids lah by a relative, by another relative, by somebody else, and all that. So he couldn't keep the siblings together. And he's very, very sad. Right? Everybody is very sad. And then one sibling, one of them in the house gets mistreated, becomes like a modern slave, like that. You know, another person and he ends up living in the house in the kampung, in the jungle, all alone. And I remember the closing scene of the film. No, it wasn't the closing scene, but towards the end lah, very sad. Tearjerker. He plays the suruling as he sits on the window all alone in the house.
And of course he's crying right now.
Yeah, no, really. He's like sitting on the window like that, you know, and he's playing the suruling, and he's thinking about his family, his siblings.
His siblings who are no longer
his brothers and sisters. It's so sad. But at the end, I think they meet each other at.
But you said that's the closing scene.
Almost at the end lah. But at the end, they all meet up. I can't remember why and how they meet up at the old train station in KL. Oh, so I was again in the WhatsApp group MPFKL. I was like, oh, hey guys, you know this story very well. And then some of them get information about it. The title of this film is called Anakku Sayang. Sayang Anakku Sayang. Done in 1976, right? It was directed by one of Malaysia's great film directors, Jamil Sulong. Okay, Jamil Sulong was one of the great film directors in Malaysia lah. You know, why are you laughing?
Because you said the great film directors, you said his name and then you just said the same sentence.
Oh, but Jamil Sulong, he was so good, right? And I'm trying to find also a copy of that. Again, that was another telemovie by RTM. So if you have a copy,
so maybe you should go make friends at RTM lah.
I used to know people at the archive, the RTM archive, because I did this documentary about Sibyl Kartikasu. So we used a lot of archive footage from RTM, and I kind of made friends with them. But this was like 10, 12 years ago lah.
Maybe you should talk to your father-in-law.
No, it was 2006 when I made that film. What's the year now? 2020. 14 years ago, I made a documentary. Yeah, it won Best Editing at Festival Film Malaysia, I think.
Okay.
So anyway, wait, I'm not done.
Okay.
Sayang anakku sayang, right? So Jamil Sulong was one of the great directors in Malaysia, right? And then he had a son who also became a film director.
And his son's films are lousy.
Anwardi Jamil. No lah, he did one. He had potential. You know, he made Alok Cafe. It's quite okay. But then after that he made that film, the Cinta in Langkawi 7 Hari.
Oh, he's the one.
Oh, it was a horrible film.
Man, bro.
It was a horrible
Why
film.
would you do that?
know? Before that,
Oh,
he made this
God.
very beautiful corporate video about kenduri kahwin, released in the cinemas. Oh. But anyway, di mana tupahnya kuah, kalau tidak ke whatever. Yeah.
Kalau
yes.
tidak, full
Yeah.
stop. That's it. Okay. My last pick is a Scope Productions. Is it Scope Productions? I think so. It's Scope Productions film.
Gerak khas.
Police Evil 2.
Oh!
Yes. So we also like. Police Evil 2 was very interesting because it talked also a little bit about religion, but it took a very interesting approach to a topic that people always sort of sensationalize. So it talks about extremism lah, basically. They don't talk about IS specifically, but they talk about religious extremism in the film. And the way that they approach it is very non-preachy, very action-packed, and very entertaining. And it's by far my favourite piece of CVE content.
CVE, countering violent extremism.
Countering violent extremism.
Which is what we do.
Yeah,
You know,
so
the documentaries we make,
it's my
we are
favourite piece of
people.
CVE content out there in the mainstream media as of now, actually. And it came out like what, 2 years, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
So Police Evil 2 also on Netflix.
Yeah,
and
it's directed by who?
it might be a Scope Productions film.
Yeah.
It might not.
Astro Shaw lah.
Sure.
Yeah, watch it. That's a good movie.
Yep, so those are our picks for the next 2 weeks of the MCO. If the MCO gets extended, we'll find another bunch of films. Okay, you got another one. Okay, one more. Okay.
Okay, I remember last time there was this movie. Now this one I still don't know the title, and I've been asking. And PFKL people also don't really know. I remember this film. It's about this family, right? Again, this one telemovie time, the real RTM time, right? A long time ago. Oh, it's raining. I felt a drop on my head. Okay. So the kids, they went out to the forest and they found like mushrooms. And then they go back home and then they cooked it to makan.
And then they die.
And then they all die from eating the mushrooms. That's all I can remember from that film. I do not know the title. I don't know who acted in it. So if any of you know, let me know. Okay? Yeah, I want to watch the film again. Right? Oh my god. Okay,
so if you have films that you want to recommend to us to watch during this MCO that we have not watched,
comment below.
Comment below. Let us know. Like this video, don't like this video. Whatever you do, please subscribe. Go to fabidin.com to get everything.
Follow us on all our social media platforms at Fabidin.
And you have been watching and listening to the Fabidin Film Club.
I'm assuming Azhar Azli.
And I am Shalai Mustaman.
Stay safe and don't go out. Even if you want to go jogging all by yourself in the jungle.
Duduk di rumah.
Diam-diam, just stay at home.